Hello and welcome. I come to you today from Kadiri in Anantapur district of Andhra Pradesh, one of the most dry and droughted areas of India. In the last 20 years, Anantapur district has seen 18 years of drought of varying degrees. In fact, the last 5 years recorded severe drought. In a nutshell, Kadiri, like many other parts of Anantapur district, has for all practical purposes completely dried up. This is not a story about drought leading to agrarian distress and farmer suicides. This is a story about the children, the orphans of drought. A huge humanitarian crisis arising out of large-scale migrations, making hunger a constant in these parts. The sun has long set when we reach Ganesh's home in Marwa hamlet, a 30-minute drive from Kadiri town. His parents migrated to Kerala in search of work 10 days back. This 8th class dropout works at a mango orchard, earning 150 rupees a day. With loneliness and tears for company, Ganesh sleeps on the street outside his home under the night sky.
వాళ్ళు ఉండింటే నేను చదువుకొని బాగా ఉండేవాడిని. కష్టానికి వెళ్ళి సాయంత్రం వచ్చే అన్నం కూడా టయానికి దొరకడం లేదు. నా చేత రాకపోయినా కూడా ఎంతో అంత వండుకొని తింటున్నా. కొంచెం పచ్చిగా ఉన్నవాడు అట్లే తిని ఒంటరిగా పనుకోవడంతో నాకు చాలా బాధ అవుతున్నది. వాళ్ళు కన్నా ఉండింటే నేను బాగా చదువుకొని హ్యాపీగా ఉండేవాడిని సార్.
450 kilometers from Hyderabad, Kadiri, like most of Anantapur, is a land shunned by the elements. Rainfall last year in the district was 284 millimeters compared to 722 millimeters in 2010-2011. By April, over 40% of the agricultural borewells in Anantapur had dried up, and a severe drinking water shortage was reported in 70% of the villages. There is water shortage even in a VIP area, like this lane right next to Kadiri MLA Chand Basha's residence in the town. Here locals have to pay 6 rupees for every pot of water.
Most of the bore wells which were hired by government for supply of drinking water to the nearby villages, they have gone down. They worked only for 2 or 3 days. Then they were dried up. That is the drastic situation of groundwater.
Anantapur reported crop loss to the extent of 4,000 crore rupees in the 2016 Kharif season, making agriculture a dead occupation. Lack of water both for irrigation and drinking, and hardly any employment opportunities have translated into a mass exodus. It is estimated that close to 5 lakh people have migrated from Anantapur in the last 3 years, a majority of them now working in Kerala and the Gulf. Anantapur's population, according to the 2011 census, was 40 lakh, and this means nearly 1/10 of the district's population has migrated. This summer of 2017 is being spoken of as the worst ever.
No drop of water, even for drinking, for animals or cattle. So even you can see the no bird will is visible now because already gone. No water is available. That is the highest problem now. So people are migrating. People are even 50 acres of landowners also migrating for their livelihood. For others also, this is a pathetic situation here.
What makes the situation more tragic is that the parents leave their children behind. A survey by 7 NGOs in May revealed that over 1,000 children are living by themselves in 26 tribal hamlets in Anantapur. A majority of them are in and around Kadiri. We are here in Karadapalli Tanda in Kadiri in Anantapur district, and it's pretty shocking to see these 3 young girls do not have their parents. They've all migrated to Kerala on search of work. Some of them don't have their father. Me parent ema? Swapna. Me parent?
Jyoti. Geeta.
Me amma nana ekkada?
Kerala pani.
Kerala. Meeru?
మా అవ్వ కూడా కేరళ పోయింది.
And they have been there for many months and years, leaving these three children. Some of them, of course, have their very aged grandparents to look after. The others have no one. So, which is why now a community kitchen is now being opened to ensure that while the school is having vacations, they at least have some food to eat, because the midday meal scheme is not open to them at this point in time. Sitama's two sons and daughters-in-law migrated in March in search of work, leaving the frail woman with the responsibility of looking after her four grandsons and a granddaughter, all of them between 3 and 11 years old. Adilakshmi is a widow who works as labour at Ernakulam in Kerala. She took a break from work for a week to return home to her three young children, who live all by themselves here. When she's away, the eldest, 12-year-old Syamulamma, has to play the role of a mother, cook for her siblings, get them ready for school. Adilakshmi's phone number is written on the wall outside their home for villagers to call her in case of an emergency.
ಅದನ್ನೇ ಇಡ ಎಂದನ ಯಾರೇನ ನೋಕೊಂಬಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಅಪ್ಪ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಮ್ಮ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನೇ ചോദിച്ചണം ಅದೇ ಭയം ಜಾಸ್ತಿ അത്ര അങ്ങനെ ഒരു 10 ദിവസം നിക്കിട്ടി ഓടി വന്നനേന ഇപ്പ ഒരു 5 ദിവസം നോക്കി പോകും പിന്നെ ಅದನ್ನೇ ഇവിടെ ಒಂದು പണി ಇಲ್ಲ
ഇവിടെ വേലയില്ല
ഇല്ല.
When we reach Karadapalli, Syamulamma is just getting back from the ration shop 3 kilometers away. It is as if childhood has passed Syamulamma by. Forced to be an adult when she is not even a teenager yet takes a physical and emotional toll on the child.
ఎవరు రారు సార్, ఇక్కడైతే అమ్మోళ్ళు కేరళ పోతారు కదా, అందుకోసం చాలా ఏడుపు వస్తుంది సార్. సిస్టర్ అయితే 5th క్లాస్ పోతుంది సార్, బ్రదర్ అయితే 6th క్లాస్ పోతాడు సార్.
Since schools are closed for the summer vacation, there is no ready cooked midday meal at school. Instead, the students get coupons that they need to exchange at the fair price shop for designated amounts of grains and pulses and 15 eggs for 42 days. For children who stay alone and cannot cook, it often translates into sleeping on an empty stomach.
Either they will be completely malnourished and therefore underdeveloped as human beings physically, or there will be psychological scars of a kind that will make them dysfunctional in society, sometimes perhaps even violent and criminal. So we are destroying the children's future, and we are creating a problem for society. What should be an asset for society, we are making it a problem, and we are destroying a whole generation's future. And there's nothing more sinful than that.
The district administration is surprised to see how young the children are from the photographs I show, and admits it did not think this through.
So far, actually, there is no such plan done. I know till today, there is no such plan done regarding that aspect.
And what can be done now?
It has to be done only through this local Anganwadi. They can list out the children who are living without their parents or something, and they can take care of them by supply of this food supplements and also providing food.
Last week, an NGO started a community kitchen in Karadapalli hamlet, hoping to ensure that these children of a lesser god do not go hungry. Human rights activists say the apathy of the government shows the children haven't just been left behind. They have been reduced to leftovers.
Today we have governments that make a bill, make a law with regards to right to education. What about right to food? Are we getting into this kind of a Western module which believed somewhere that food is taken for granted, education is what I have to promise to the child? I would have thought in the Indian context, right to food, right to human existence is far more important than anything and everything else.
At this event in Karadapalli, Shamala sings a song remembering her father. It is rarely that children get to articulate their feelings of loneliness after parents go away in search of work.
మార్నింగ్ కొన్ని సందర్భాల్లో పాపం లేక వర్షం పడినప్పుడు ఇంకొకటి సమస్యలు వచ్చినప్పుడు వాళ్ళు అన్నం కూడా తినకుండా బడికి రావడము ఇలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్స్ చాలా జరిగాయి. ప్లస్ ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే కొంతమంది పిల్లలకి ఇంట్లో పేరెంట్స్ అంటే అవ్వాతాత గ్రాండ్ ఫాదర్ గ్రాండ్ మదర్ కూడా లేరు. అలాంటి వాళ్ళకి ఏమవుతుందంటే వాళ్ళకి ఏదైనా జ్వరం వచ్చినా ఇంకొకటి అంటే సమ్ హెల్త్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ కండిషన్స్ లేనప్పుడు ఎవరు పట్టించుకునే వాళ్ళు లేదు ఊరిలో.
And also, are they very emotionally traumatized?
ఎస్. ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఒక 1 వీక్ వస్తారు, ఆ టైంలో మళ్ళీ వెళ్తున్నప్పుడు అసలు వాళ్ళు ఏడవడము పరిగెత్తుకుంటూ అసలు ఆటో వెనక మడతా దాదాపు 1 కిలోమీటర్ 2 కిలోమీటర్స్ పరిగెత్తుకుంటూ వెళ్ళి ఆ టెంపర్స్ పిల్లల్లో చాలా ఉన్నాయి. అవి చాలా సఫర్ అవుతున్నారు పిల్లలు. ఎస్పెషల్లీ 5 years 6 years పిల్లలే సఫర్ అవుతున్నారు ఎక్కువగా.
But it is not just the emotional trauma of children and parents that is a worry. Physical safety is a concern as well. Poverty, deprivation and backwardness have made this area hugely vulnerable to trafficking over the years. A large number of women and children from Kadiri end up in brothels in Goa, Delhi and Kolkata. Touts lurk around, lying in wait for the next target.
ఎవరు లేకుండా గర్ల్ చైల్డ్ ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళని ఏరియాలో ఏంటంటే ఇమీడియట్లీ బ్రోకర్స్ వీళ్ళందరూ కూడా ట్రాప్ చేయడానికి కూడా అవకాశం ఉంది. ట్రాప్ చేయడమే కాకుండా ఇప్పుడు లోపలికి బనాన్ చెరువుపల్లి తాండా, కుట్టాలపల్లి తాండా ఇక్కడంతా కూడా ఎవరైతే మైగ్రేషన్ పేరెంట్స్ వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత గర్ల్ చైల్డ్ ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళని వేరే ప్రలోభ పెట్టి వేరే వాళ్ళకు ఆకర్షణకి గురి చేసి వాళ్ళను వేరే పనులు చూపిస్తామనో లేదంటే ఇంకొక పేరు వాళ్ళని ట్రాప్ చేసి బ్రోతలకు అమ్మేసిన సందర్భాలు కూడా చాలా తాండాలలో ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాయన్నమాట.
Which is why 15-year-old Lakshmi keeps the door to her one-room tenement shut at all times. Her 2 brothers, only 3 and 5 years old, have migrated with her parents to Kerala. Having neighbors around is reassuring for Lakshmi, but the dark brings with it fear of the known and the unknown.
నన్ను కేరళకు పోయినారు సార్, నేను ఒకటే ఉన్నాను, పనులు జరగకపోయినారు సార్, ఇంకా నెల రారు, నేను రాత్రి పూటలు భయపడతాను, పనుకోలేను, బాధగా ఉన్నాను, ఒక పూట చేసుకుంటే సాయంత్రం వరకు అదే తింటాను సార్. కొంతమంది అమ్మాయిలకి తీసుకొని పోతున్నారు కదా, బ్రోకర్లు పని చేస్తున్నారు, అందుకని ఇంకా భయంగా ఉంది సార్.
This group of community workers engages with people in villages that have high rates of migration. Many of them have been victims of sex abuse themselves and now counsel young girls whose parents have moved out on how to guard themselves from brokers. Andhra Pradesh and India can ignore Kadiri at its own peril. It needs to save Kadiri in order to rescue Andhra's future. And it's not just about Kadiri, because the trafficking racket that specifically targets minors operates in the tri-junction of Kadiri in Anantapur, Madanapalli in Chittoor district and Raichoti in neighbouring Kadapa district. Migration from this drought-prone area is not new, but what is alarming is the exponential increase over the years. 10 years ago, when she was 15, this woman was lured first to Hyderabad and then to Delhi by a broker who promised a job. She was pushed into a brothel at GB Road, Delhi's red light area, for 5 years. She finally managed to escape with the help of a Telugu security guard who took pity on her.
పోయిన తర్వాత అక్కడ పోతే అది ఎక్కువ వ్యవసాయం ఘోరమే సార్. అది ఎక్కువ ఉంటే కస్టమర్లు రావటము, ఆడవాళ్ళ తగ్గిపోవడము, వాళ్ళ తగ్గిపోయిన తర్వాత వాళ్ళు విధాలుగా రకరకాలుగా ఇది చేస్తారు సార్. వాళ్ళు ఎట్లా చెప్తే అట్లా ఇదిగా వాళ్ళ కస్టమర్లు కనీసం ఇంత నూగిపో కూడా గుడ్డ మీద ఉన్నారు సార్. వాళ్ళు లోపల కస్టమర్ అని పోతే వాళ్ళు ఎట్లా ఇది చేస్తే అట్లా ఇది కావాలి.
This lady was away working elsewhere when her daughter, a divorcee, was lured by a broker who promised her a job in the Gulf. The daughter left her 2 children behind at home, and for the last 2 years there has been no word from her. The mother has appealed to leaders and officials to help trace her daughter in Saudi Arabia and bring her back home.
మేము రాలేదని భలే అవస్థపడుతున్నాం సార్. ఏడ్చుకుంటా బిడ్డలు పాపలు మేము ఏడ్చుకుంటా దుఃఖపడుకుంటా బాధపడుకుంటూ ఏడ్చుకుంటూ పండుకుంటున్నాం సార్. మేము ఏం చేయాల సార్? మేము అవసరాలు పడుతున్నాం. మా సాగు పెద్దది సార్. ఏం చేయాల? మా బిడ్డలు జాకోలా పండుకుంటే ఏడ్చుకుంటాము. మా బిడ్డ రాలేదని ఏడుస్తున్నాం సార్. మేము ఏం చేసేది?
Those who return home from the dens of exploitation are in a worse state. Over the years, unsafe sexual practices by migrants and victims of trafficking has made Kadiri report one of the highest incidents of HIV. The social stigma has only made matters worse. The Institute of Infectious Diseases on the Anantapur Kadiri Road gets 25 fresh cases of HIV positive patients every day.
It is definitely a time bomb we have in the surroundings of Anantapur district. And if we don't put some effort in stopping this situation, in future we have a common population in Kadiri who are HIV positive, particularly among the widows and separated women, divorced women. We have to curtail this situation. Somehow we should address this nutritional needs, the job requirements, the scarcity of water.
Of the 26,000 cases of HIV/AIDS registered at this institute, 3,000 are children, born often to a HIV positive parent. Like this 13-year-old boy who enthusiastically says he's good at studies. His HIV positive mother passed away 3 years ago. His father too is HIV positive.
See, most of these people go through what's called post-traumatic stress, where they relive the incidents of being left behind, and their fears are not being addressed at all. So they have their own fears, growing up fears like fear of the darkness or some little phobia that any child might have. And all of a sudden you're left with the responsibility of cooking, cleaning and taking care of younger siblings, being a mother long before you really want to be a mother. So depression, anxiety, some of them even have psychotic episodes wherein because of the strain of psychosocial stress, there is a certain level of psychosis that goes into it. If these children are also HIV positive and they're ostracized, they're not allowed to touch anything.
The Andhra government, it does not seem, even understands that the agrarian crisis has metamorphosed into an extremely dangerous health crisis over the years. Sample this response from the local Telugu Desam MLA.
हमारे आंध्र प्रदेश के सीएम नारा चंद्रबाबू साहब ने अभी केरला, तमिलनाडु, कर्नाटका जितने भी माइग्रेट हुए हैं इन सब के लिए उधर के पेपरों में, टीवी में सब ऐड दिए हुए हैं। तुम कहीं बाहर जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं, काम अपने घर के पास ही देंगे। हुकूमत की तरफ से आपको जो मदद करना है सब किस्म से मदद करेंगे। कोई बाहर जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं बोल के अभी जाके एक टीम भी सर्वे करी हुई है।
Social activists working in the area say the reality on the ground is simply not good enough to make this empty promise. Because if there are jobs, there would not be migration in the first place.
The response has been grossly inadequate because a lot of employment creation would have been done. If a government creates 20 days employment in a month for 12 months of the year, then this distress migration would not be there. If they create only 100 days and 150 days, that is not adequate, and people are not going to wait for this and then go there. So they would like to go to a place already where there is a little more regular income.
But with temperatures soaring, work under the Mahatma Gandhi Narega scheme is not a safe option either. Driving from Anantapur town to Kadiri, I found this group of workers engaged in digging. One of them, 45-year-old Eraswamy, had fallen down exhausted.
ఇట్లా బతుకుతెరువు కోసం వేరే ఊరికి వచ్చి ఎండలో మంటిన ఎండలో ఇట్లా పడిపోయి తగ్గుకుంటా మనకి వడదెబ్బ కొట్టి మంచిలు ఇది అయిపోతున్నారు. మాకి ఇబ్బందిగా ఉంది. దాని మేము మాకి ఇదే తప్ప వేరే భక్తి ఇది లేదు. ఇట్లా రోజు ఒకరు ఇట్లా ఇది అయిపోతున్నారు. వస్తేనే ఇది అన్నము లేకపోతే లేదు.
Local media reports indicate that at least 50 people have died due to sunstroke in Anantapur district this summer. A majority of them poor workers. Time for a break on the long story. After the break, we examine the distance between Kadiri and Amravati, Andhra's dream world-class capital, and whether Kadiri in Anantapur district has simply fallen off the Andhra map.
Welcome to Amravati, the new capital of Andhra Pradesh. Led by the visionary leadership of the Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Nara Chandrababu Naidu, the smart city of Amravati is being built with state-of-the-art infrastructure comprising
Amravati is the other end of the spectrum when viewed from Kadiri.
The city will have world-class transportation infrastructure comprising of navigable canals.
The dream being sold here is of a world-class capital, glitzy, high-tech and citizen-friendly.
And roadways. Strong economic backbone.
Chandrababu Naidu himself wants to go down in history as the creator of Amravati.
I am the vision of a visionary.
A man who dared to dream big.
Of a progressive heart.
our Amaravati will be one among top 5 in the world. The best capital I want to build. For that, I need all your cooperation.
I am the inspiration of Andhra Pradesh.
But 475 kilometers away, Amravati finds no resonance in the dust bowl called Kadiri. Amravati will be everything that Kadiri is not. In Anantapur district, life's struggle is not about building dreams, but about sheer survival.
First, concentrate on the poor people, especially the agriculture labor. And Amaravati is nothing to do with them. Amaravati or whatever it may be, the capital, building up the capital. And we have absolutely nobody is connected with the capital in this particular place. We want our livelihood. When you can provide the livelihood, some jobs to the local people, then only the migrations can be stopped. And especially the girl children and the other old people, they get some confidence over the government.
When Andhra Pradesh was bifurcated, Rayalaseema region had its apprehensions about becoming poor cousins of the more affluent coastal Andhra region. Now with the focus entirely on the Amravati capital region that is located in Guntur and Krishna districts, Rayalaseema feels orphaned by the government.
Basically, it is a metropolitan model of development. You are seeking their development model that, a city, a glorious kind of a city. And then you see the other end, it is a desert here, where not only people, any life is not able to make a living here.
Ruling party leaders do not accept the criticism. They point out that Korean major Kia Motors will soon set up base in Anantapur district and argue that after losing Hyderabad, Amravati had to be built.
थोड़ा वो डेवलप करना है ना. अभी विदेशियों सब आ रहे हैं, सबको दिखाने के लिए कुछ डेवलपमेंट हम करेंगे ना, तो वो भी कोई इंडस्ट्रीज रखने के लिए या और कुछ रखने के लिए इधर आएंगे, अपना आंध्रा भी डेवलप होएगा.
While there is no denying that a capital is needed to hard sell Andhra, the fear is that Naidu is creating a world of haves and have-nots. That despite knowing the reality of the distress on the ground, the government failed to focus on any action plan for drought mitigation.
I don't know if haves are being created, but you're only creating a society of envy and anger. That's a very dangerous thing. If people feel that my circumstances of birth, either because of my caste and family, or because of my village or the district, place of origin, if that is determining my future, people will be angry and resentful. You and I would be too.
The monsoon that will arrive in Andhra by the first week of June will bring some temporary cheer to the people of Kadiri. But that will not change the reality of this neglected land, where drought-forced migrations will continue to rob children of their childhood.